Hi, second graders. Mrs. Joe here. I'm here for another Teacher Time for Math. Today we're going to be working on Module 6, Lesson 12. The last 2 days I shared our anchor chart with you to give you a little bit of an array review. I'm not going to go over that anchor chart today, but I have posted it to our Teacher Time in case you're interested in using that as a resource as you solve your problem set. Today we're going to jump straight into our math lesson. So let me go ahead and switch over to what our objective for today is. I'm going to share my screen with you all so you can read the objective with me. All right, we've been working a lot with tiles. We're going to start off with tiles today, but then we're going to transition to something a little bit new. So here is our objective. I can create an array using drawings and write a repeated addition sentence to match. So today we're shifting from using those tiles to actually being able to draw an array without having that resource, okay? First, I'm going to show you an array. Arrays are, this is a little song I do with my class, so Miss Banesh, you're in for a treat. We go, it's array time. It's array time. Oh, yes, array time. Oh, yes, array time. We're making equal groups. We're making equal groups with columns and rows. Okay? So I have made an array. I made equal groups with columns and rows. Here's my columns. Here's my rows. Okay? I have 2 rows of 3. 2 rows of 3 is 6. But what if I asked you to create this array using just one tile? What? How are we going to create 2 rows of 3 with just one tile? There was 6 total. That's impossible. Well, not if you have your handy dandy marker with you. Okay, so you could do this with a piece of paper. You could do this on a whiteboard if you have one at home. But we're going to be using some sort of tool to write on, a writing tool such as a pen, marker, pencil, and one little tile to start, okay? So to help me keep my lines nice and even, I'm going to bring my tile to the top and slide it over to the corner, okay? And now I'm going to trace my tile. There we go. Now I have one tile here, and I can use this tile to trace and make another tile drawing. So remember, it was 2 rows of 3. I've started on 1 row. Right now I have 1, 2. I need 3 to make the array match. Okay. Let me even bring that array back up so we can see what it looks like in comparison on the other side. Again. Okay, so it looks like our top row matches. Now it's time to work on our second row. I'm going to put my tile right here, right underneath my top tile. Remember, there should be no gaps as I'm creating this array. All of the sides are touching. I'm putting this right underneath the top and right side to side with the other tile that I had already drawn. All right. So I have my drawing now. I have 2 rows of 1, 2, 3. And look how our drawing matches our tiles perfectly. If I have 2 rows of 3, that is 2 groups of 3, that is 2 3s. There's 1 3, plus there's 2 3s. 3 plus 3 equals 6. There's our repeated addition sentence. What would happen if I added on another row? That's what it looks like with our tiles. Let's try to use one tile to make a drawing to match. Okay. I'm adding this right underneath because I'm adding a third row. I asked you to add a third equal group. So we're adding one more row of 3. Beautiful. So now, instead of 2 rows of 3, I have 1, 2, 3 rows of 3. And instead of 3 rows of 3, 3 groups of 3, it is now going to be 3 threes. 1, 2, 3 threes. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9. All right. But we won't always have a tile with us. As we move on and we get stronger with our arrays, we're going to be expected to draw something that looks just like this without any tile, okay? So what we're going to do next is we're going to try to create this array again, 3 rows of 3, just like we see with our tiles, just like our drawing where we used one tile to help us create that. This is the one tile we used to help us create this array. Now, right in the middle of our paper, we're going to try to recreate the 3 rows of 3, okay? So you would start, let's try to keep our picture about the same size, okay? So I'm gonna do a square. There we go. So I know that I'm gonna have 3 rows. So there's the start of 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. And there are 3 rows of 3. So I know that I should have 3 squares in each row. There's 1, 2, 3. So I started by drawing how many rows I was supposed to have. Then in my first row, I did how many I should have in each. And if I want to go kind of fast, I'm going to bring my line over, bring this line down, bring this line down, and bring this line across. So it might be a little bit of a different size, but I still have 1, 2, 3 rows, and I have 1, 2, 3 in each row. So I still have 3 rows of 3, and 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. And I didn't even use a tile to create that. When you go to work on your problem set today, I'm going to stop sharing. When you go to work on your problem set today, it's going to be Module 6, Lesson 12, and you're going to be creating an array with just drawings, no tiles, okay? So if you had made yourself some tiles or bought some tiles, make sure you don't use those today. Today you're trying to do it with just drawings, all right? And hopefully my little trick was showing you to do the squares in the rows first, and then how many in each row, and then just bringing the lines down and over will help you create your array drawings a little bit faster. If you struggle with this, make sure that you join me for our daily virtual learning time, and I'd be happy to help you with your problem set. All right, thanks, second graders. Have fun with your arrays today. Bye.